Hello guys, I thought I would show you how to put your gear fork together. When you receive it, you'll get the fork, which is jewelry for your airplane, and we have the other accessories that you've ordered here. You're also going to get a bag full of hardware. Please use the hardware we've chosen because every piece in here was specifically chosen. I want to show you how to put the axle together, and this is meant to be used with the Behringer wheel. Behringer wheel, inflate to 45 psi. Zoom in on this. This is your axle. It's hardened steel, turned ground polished. You'll notice that we have holes drilled for the cotter pins on this. The Behringer wheel is meant to be installed and loaded up. It needs to be torqued, and there's going to be compression on it. So you need to use the 3/8 thin flat washer and the low profile castellated nuts to install this. First you put it in the fork. Turn this around. You'll do this with the wheel on. Thin washer, castellated nut. And Randy set this up. It's very precise, guys. You need to center the axle so that you can see the holes for the cotter pins on both sides. And you're going to adjust it as much as you can so you're centered up. Then on one side, take one of your cotter pins and just slip it in. And we're just trying to hold it in place on that side. You're getting provided a regular old nut, 3/8. Install that on the side. It's a stop nut. Take 2 wrenches, see that? Take 2 wrenches and lock this in place such that you can still see the cotter pin hole here. What that does is it keeps this side rigid, so when you put the torque wrench over here, you actually have something to turn against, and you know that it's this nut that is turning and not the one on the other side. Once you get it set up properly, Behringer wants you to torque it to 25 Newton meters or 220 inch-pounds. To do that, you'll want to get it up, get your wrench, torque this to the 220 inch-pounds, and then take a wrench and move the face forward, tightening it just enough until you can see the cotter pin. When you have the cotter pins in on both sides, go ahead, pin it. You can back off this nut, fold over the cotter pins, and you're done. The next thing, and we put a lot of thought into this, was how do you mount your wheel pan. I'm going to take this out for ease. These are spacers. You see they're threaded. The idea here is you put the spacers on. They're hollow on the back side. Spacers cover up the nuts and give you just about the perfect distance. You may need to pad it out with washers when you're done, but it'll give you just about the perfect distance to the inside of the wheel pan. Highly recommend you put a hard point inside the wheel pan. Then the axle will go through the sides of the wheel pan. And then outside the wheel pan, use the thimbles. And you may want to put some blue Loctite on there. But you just snug up the thimbles, and they're flats on the sides. You don't need a lot of pressure on these. These are 5/8 and will work with a Beechcraft style tow bar. So you will be able to tow the airplane with the thimbles. In your little bag of hardware here, please use the hardware that we provided you because it was all chosen specifically. It is ultra corrosion resistant and should hold up well in the nose gear environment. Now you have two set screws here that are very similar, however they are different. The finer pitch are metric. The metric hardware, the larger ones, are for your shimmy damper. And there's the damper mount. The ones that are provided with your damper, yeah, they work, but mine corroded in the first year. These did not after I installed them. The next are 1/4 and these for the stops on the gear. So put a washer underneath them, maybe put a little Loctite on there, and these screw into the top of the gear, and that's where your paw will bump up against. Then you have 4 washers and 4 1024 set screws. These are to be used holding the shimmy damper on. There's 4 holes in the face here. And it screws on the face of the fork. Now the last thing here, and I'm not providing hardware with that, and that's because you have the option how you're going to make the hook on the front for your nose gear pant. This is just a piece of blank stock. It's stainless. It's set to match the holes on the front here, and this could be bent over for the hook. This is 1/4 inch stock. You can get screws that are 1/4 inch deep and screw it in. Would work just fine. What I did with mine, I took the microset countersink and countersunk the back side of this for a 100-degree screw, and then I used red Loctite in there and screwed them in so that it was flush with the back side of this, but then I had studs sticking out of the front. Then I could mount this on, and then I just used nylox on the front of it to hold the hook on. So it's your choice if you want to countersink the back of it and put studs out of the front, or if you just want to screw into the face of it. After that, guys, please enjoy. This is jewelry for your airplane. This thing is an order of magnitude stronger in every way. You're going to have clearance for your tire. You're going to have the strength that this thing could stand up to shimmy. I think it's good to over 1 million cycles. It's a lifetime part. Good luck. Call me if you have any questions, and also if you have need pictures, there are pictures of my installation, and it's just as I described it, and you can find them on my website. Thanks a lot.